Truly fascinating. What you looking at there? Oh, goodness gracious, dearie me. Well, I made it scary there. Oops. Oh, no, not at all. I was planning on distributing those papers around the big sign anyways. Oh, well. I guess I don't understand paleontology and archaeology. Are they the same thing? Oh, good sir. You are deeply mistaken. I mean, I always imagined they were interchangeable terms. You know, they dig up old stuff and look at things that are really old, you know, stuff like that. Allow me to enlighten your perspective, dear sir. The branches of archaeology and paleontology wildly differ. In terms of focusing on just paleontology, paleontology is the study of all ancient life on Earth, primarily through fossils. Fossils such as dinosaur bones, they're preserved, or even imprints on rock. Whereas archaeology is a study of ancient civilizations through artifacts found through time, such as broken pottery, ruins of cities, or even things like, say, an old toothbrush, like this one right here. You know, an easy way to remember what archaeologists focus on is archaeology focuses on artifacts. Archaeology, artifacts. Artifacts, archaeology. The first word of archaeology sounds like artifacts. It's rather really simple. Oh, okay, so archaeology is artifacts and paleontology is fossils and dinosaurs. But what about more specific things, that go on in there? Ah, good question. You see, each of these branches can be broken down into more specific branches. For example, paleontology has a more specific branch under it called paleobotany, which focuses on specifically the plant materials of the prehistoric world. Was there any other, like a type that studies on the focuses of old text and literature? Like Shakespeare? Well, Shakespeare's a little too recent, but most of the ancient historical studies that, I'm well versed in, usually people who study that kind of field are philology, which focuses on historical development of literature and authenticating literary text and whatnot. Fascinating. But if you're a paleontologist and an archaeologist, wouldn't there be some overlap in, your expertise? No, not really. The two fields focus on very different goals and things that we're trying to preserve, but the equipment is often the same for bid. Brushes, shovels, chisels, scaffolding, they're all used to find and preserve both artifacts and fossils. It's different, but it's not that different,
Wow, that is also complex.
Well, yes, a simple mailman like you can never imagine the complexities of this craft.
I'll have you know
That the art of the mail delivery is a distinguished position passed down from my father and his father from his father and so forth, and we take pride in our work. Of course you do. My apologies. I didn't mean to lessen the value of your employment. I certainly hope you didn't. Calling us mailman, simple. What exactly did you come here to talk about it, or did you just want to say hi?
Oh, yes. Since you're a resident now, we're going to have to set up you a mailing address.
Okay, and what might that be?
Well, you see, that's kind of the thing. A lot of people don't really come up here, and since your house is kind of off the beaten path, we need to give you a road name and a number. So, pick one. I get to pick both? Okay, let's see. Archaeology. No, that's too simple. Paleo. No. Well, here's some advice. The Icicles went really simple with it, and they went with Icicle Lane. Then the Geese went a different route, and they picked a road that... Well, they went crazy with it. You see, Gunther had a great uncle named Archduke Gordon, and that's kind of the street name. Then there's Jerry. You see, he gets to pick the name of the Outskirts mailbox, and he decided to simply call it the Outskirts mailbox. Really simple, I know. Who's Jerry? I don't believe we met. Oh, Jerry? Everyone knows Jerry. Yeah, he's the beast from the outskirts. Although, a few of us have actually seen him. There's a beast from the outskirts? Yeah, his name's Jerry. Well, at least that's what Maria and I think. We never actually had the opportunity to talk to him, but he seems like a really cool guy. What species is he? Is he some sort of ancient rare race of people who have been here? Jerry? No, he doesn't really age. He just kind of exists. No one really knows where he came from. You know, he just kind of drops off the mail every now and again. I must learn more about this beast in the outskirts. This could be a huge break in the scientific community, a new group of creatures that have never been discovered. You know, I've never been much of a zoologist, but there's a period in college. Now what am I going on about? I must learn more about this. You mentioned Maria knows about this, yes? This beast? She's a very sensible woman. I must question her. To the Icicles, onward! Bernard! We still haven't sent you up your address! I guess I'll just come back later then.
Mom, where's the cleaning supplies? Why do you need to know? Are you planning to help me clean?
Sure.
Isaac, what are you planning?
Just, just a tiny little, teeny, weeny, insignificant, really, experiment.
Isaac, those are dangerous chemicals. You can't mix them together.
Excuse me, Mrs. Icicle.
Oh, Dr. Humuorus, what do you need?
Oh, yes. Well, Mrs. Icicle, you're looking radiant today, as always.
Can I help you with anything, Dr. Humuorus?
Oh, yes. Tell me. I was distracted by your beauty, and I was just speaking with Melvin, and he just mentioned something about a fascinating creature known as the Beast from the Outskirts.
Oh, yeah, Jerry. Everyone knows Jerry.
Amusing. Melvin called him Jerry, too, and you mentioned you might know something about this creature.
I mean, not really. I was the one who gave him the name Jerry, but other than that, I don't know much about him.
Fascinating. Is there any reason you gave him the name Jerry? Like any particular characteristics?
Not really. I've never seen him. It was just humanizing him a little bit more to make everyone a little less scared of him.
Very intriguing. Again, I'm sorry to bother with all this. It's just the native species of the town, and some of its folklore have just been passed down. Would be quite crucial to the success of the museum.
I'm sorry I can't tell you more.
Ma! Do you think Harvey would count as a native creature or folklore?
Harvey?
Yeah, Harvey! He lives in my dirty laundry.
He's a rabbit of sorts.
He's a Grundle bunny, Ma! Grundle bunny!
Fascinating. Has anyone seen this Harvey aside from you?
Well, Mr. Melvin said he has. And they're pretty good friends.
Come to think of it, Melvin's one of the few people that's seen Jerry that I know of.
If he has so much knowledge on these creatures, why didn't he tell me?
Did you ask him?
He's a pretty busy guy with his mail runs and everything.
Is he, though? Because you could have just asked him.
No matter, I must know more about this. The folklore of the town, perhaps, the sea dwellers will have some sort of interesting tales. Pardon me, sea folk.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bernard. Come to pick out some salmon? I didn't know you ate fish.
I thought you were a pescatarian.
It's vegetarian, sweetheart. Pescatarians eat mostly fish.
Well, as fine quality as the fish are, from this fine establishment here, I will have to pass on that. I'm actually here for some information.
That seems like everyone is looking for these days.
Well, yes. I have reason to believe that you folks are, in the harbor at least, have in your minds some valuable folklore for an up-and-coming museum, per se.
Folklore, you say? Let's see,
There's a crocodile that comes to throw sand in our eyes to make sure we go to sleep sometimes.
Oh yeah! The sand crocodile. But that's not just here. He visits all children.
His name's Sanford. Fascinating. How much information can you give me about this sandbird? Not much. I tend to fall asleep within 10 minutes of his arrival.
You should ask Melvin. He's an expert on these things. In fact, I think I think he used to be friends with him when he was a kid.
Ah, preposterous. If he knew something, he would have told me already, and I was speaking to him earlier.
Did you ask?
So, you see, there's some sort of beast in the outskirts, a creature called, the Grundle Bunny and now a sand crocodile?
Oh, and the lost city of Atlantis.
What?
I haven't taken you there, sweetheart. It's under the lighthouse.
What? What intriguing new information. I must go discuss this with the mayor at once. I'm sure he wants to know all about these things.
I promise you, Melvin's going to know the most. I never listen.
What a lovely day today. I hope nothing ruins it.
Mayor Leonard, I must speak with you at once.
Oh dear. What's wrong? Did the excavation site burn down? Was there a sinkhole? Is the entire town flooded? All is lost. You know, I knew the lovely weather today was too good to be true.
What? No. Leonard, this whole town has been keeping secrets from me.
Whatever do you mean, Bernard?
This beast from the outskirts thing, the Grundle Bunnies, the sand crocodile, and there's so much rich folklore in this town that it would be a perfect addition to our museum that nobody cared to inform me.
Oh yeah, that's just normal around here. We didn't think to tell you anything about it because, there's other occurrences going around here.
Other occurrence? You have a Yeti living in the woods, creatures coming through your sand at night.
Well, Stanford goes through everywhere, not just here.
Please, Lenny, for the good of your museum, tell me more about these creatures. We can have an entire exhibit of folklore of Snowden.
I really wish I could tell you, Bernard, but I really don't know that much. You should really go talk to Melvin, actually.
Why does everyone keep telling me that?
Well, you see, Melvin's been our local expert.
If he was such an expert, then why didn't you tell me anything when I was talking to him earlier?
Well, did you ask?
No, but how was I supposed to know?
Well, how was he supposed to know what to tell you?
Touché.
Melvin should be finishing up his mill run anytime soon here. Why don't you go talk to him about the folklore? I'm sure he'd love to discuss it over a cup of hot chocolate. He loves hot chocolate,
Yes, I suppose. Well, howdy ho, y'all. Mr. Mayor, fancy seeing you here, Bernard. You forgot to tell me about your address earlier. Well, you see, Melvin, I've been running around town all day trying to gain information on this rich folklore you were telling me about. But everybody seems to tell me that you're the only one I should ask. Why didn't you tell me about this earlier when we were talking? Oh, well, I was going to, but, talk to you about it a little bit, but you ran off so quick that I never got really a chance to, talk to you about it.
It seems like you didn't really talk to him, did you?
Well, I see. It would appear that I have some poor social skills I need to work on. I wouldn't say that. I would just say maybe that, when you need information, you might want to ask instead of expecting me to read your mind and tell you. Indeed. Well, in any case, I have a business proposition for you. How would you like to be the folklore consultant for the new museum? Well, that sounds nice. Like, quite a delightful job for me. Why don't we discuss it over a cup of hot chocolate? Lenny, you were right.
See, I know my residence.
That sounds delightful, Melvin. Please, on your way, tell me about what you know about this, City of Atlantis business. Now, hold on. I don't think I've ever heard about that one.